We've heard a lot of promises when it comes to tackling Portland's homeless problem. Decision makers often describe pilot projects, outreach campaigns, community investments. So to help keep tabs on things, investigative reporter Kyla Boshi is looking back at various proposals or projects to see where do things stand now. Tonight, Kyle brings us an update on a plan to track every homeless person in Portland by name.
To help solve Portland's growing homeless problem, local leaders hatched a plan to create a list by name of every person living on the street. Portland City Commissioner Dan Ryan first pitched the idea in February of 2021.
Are we all in?
Second.
Yeah, sounds great.
Which got us wondering, more than 2 years later, whatever happened? Do we have a list of names?
We're not nearly there. We do not have a by name list. And we need one.
Multnomah County Commissioner Sharon Myron, an early proponent of the list, admits the project got off to a very slow start after city and county leaders signed off.
And then there was a lot of just sort of pausing and...
The initiative, called Built for Zero, is intended to collect real-time data, including the names of people experiencing homelessness and details about their history, so they can be matched with resources like mental health, addiction treatment, or rent assistance. Beth Sandor is with Community Solutions, which coordinates Built for Zero.
Like you go into an ER, like what information do you need to triage this person to the right intervention that will end their homelessness?
This detailed personal data helps communities know what's working and what's not. They can track if someone found housing or returned to the street. The idea is to make systems smarter by understanding exactly who you're helping and what they need. More than 100 communities around the country are participating in Built for Zero. Portland is one of the largest.
On average, we see it take communities 6 months to a year to get to quality data, depending on the size and complexity of their environment.
In April, the City-County's Joint Office of Homeless Services released its first monthly data report focused on a specific homeless population, the chronically homeless. Currently, the program has a list of 2,800 people who are chronically homeless, which means they're disabled and have been homeless for at least a year or repeatedly over the last 3 years.
We're not trying to just build a list for the sake of a list. We're trying to get information to move people towards services. So
Lori Kelly of the Joint Office said they're working to create quality data and a system that works. That takes time.
The challenges around getting getting data is that they're people. So effectively, you're really needing to engage with human beings and make sure and understand what their needs are.
While the initial list is a start, Commissioner Myron warns it was created using data that already exists in a database that collects information from those seeking federally funded HUD services.
We're using our old lists. We're not reaching out to know who we don't know.
And that's the next step, according to those involved with the program. In the coming months, outreach workers will conduct surveys. They hope to add new names, including those who may not be in existing databases. As a result, the by-name list of chronically homeless will grow, and in theory, more people living on the street will get the help they need.
Kyle joins me now. Very interesting story. How's this different, though, from the point-in-time count?
Right. So we've heard about the point-in-time count. It's a federally mandated head count, essentially, of the homeless population in our community. Occurs on a regular basis. There are a lot of critics, though, that say, A, the numbers aren't great. It undercounts the number of people on the street. And B, it doesn't really tell you much. It's only part of the story, whereas the by-name count gives you detailed information about who's living on the street, what their needs are, and then it kind of follows them through the process because people are coming and going all the time. It monitors that, so you can see successes and even failures.
And having those metrics is super important because otherwise we're just throwing money away.
Right.
How's this working in other cities?
Yeah, so Built for Zero has a website where they talk about 105 communities that have implemented this program. Of those, 44 have seen what they describe as a measurable reduction in the homeless population. Now, the thing that I want to point out to people is this may not represent their entire homeless population because, like Portland, they focus on a subpopulation or a specific group, in this case, the chronically homeless. Some communities are looking specifically at veterans, for instance. So they may see a reduction in that very specific group of the homeless, and it may not necessarily reflect all the homeless population.
Yeah, but at least they know who they're dealing with,
Sure.
so that's a start. All right, great stuff. Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate it.